Good morning and welcome to our daily reflection on this Tuesday of the 10th week in Ordinary Time. The Lord be with you. A reading from the Holy Gospel according to Matthew. Jesus said to his disciples, "You are the salt of the earth, but if salt loses its taste, with what can it be seasoned? It is no longer good for anything but to be thrown out and trampled underfoot. You are the light of the world. A city set on a mountain cannot be hidden, nor do they light a lamp and then put it under a bushel basket. It is set on a lampstand, where it gives light to all in the house. Just so, your light must shine before others, that they may see your good deeds and glorify your heavenly Father." The Gospel of the Lord. Salt, light, a city set on a hill. Each of these three things has the power to affect what is around them. Salt brings out the savory tastes in our food, or can serve to preserve food. It has great power. Without the presence of salt, French fries, for instance, one of my favorite foods, without salt, French fries would just be okay, I guess. The French fries without salt, can I guess, function to fill us. But with the salt can awaken our taste buds, can in a sense bring the French fries to life, can in effect bring out the best in that fried potato. Without the salt, the fried potato can still be an edible potato. It can still exist. You can still see it, but it will never taste like those French fries, salted French fries that we all want. Without the salt, eventually the potatoes will be undesirable, will not be attractive, will just be flat. And then there is light. Even the smallest amount of light has the power to brighten a darkened room. You know, when you wake up in the middle of the night, particularly if you're out in the country somewhere, there's at first that moment when you can't see anything at all. Yet putting on even a small nightlight can suddenly change everything. Shut that nightlight off and you are plunged back into darkness. No salt, life is flat. No light, the world is in darkness. And then the city on the hill. Did you ever walk down the street and just look down at the ground as you walked? Just totally focused on your own steps? In essence, as you were walking and looking down, obviously you're very limited as to what you can see. Walking and focusing on the ground on your own steps, it's limiting. In order to see the good that awaits you, you must hold your head high. You must be looking up. You must see the sights of the good that awaits you. In looking up, we get to see the good. We get to see the city on a hill. But if there is no city to look to, if there is nothing to aspire to, if there is just a great vastness, then we will have no direction. We will have no goal for our lives. We'll just be looking down. And we'll be closing in on ourselves. And then the self will become the only thing in our lives. No salt, life is flat. No light, the world is in darkness. No city set on a hill, we will all be about ourselves. Salt, light, cities on a hill, all so important. And yet the very thing we're called to be as church, and each of us is called to be as a Christian, as a person of faith, those very things, salt, light, cities on a hill. But now they seem to be kept out of the public. Maybe the salt seems to have lost its taste. The lamp seems to be under a bushel basket. The great city, which is supposed to be on a hill for all to see, seems to be hidden somewhere in a valley. But we as people of faith, we as the church, are not meant to be kept hidden. The life of faith is not meant to be privatized. It is not meant to be irrelevant. It is not that in the church, the faith not being relevant, it's not only just harmful to the church itself, but the church, the life of faith not being relevant is harmful to life itself. Without salt, without light, without a city to set our sights on, life itself can lose its purpose. And yet it seems in a very real way we may have given up on what we call evangelization, on bringing the good news to a broken world. So maybe we've squelched the salt. We've thrown a basket over the lamp. We have moved the city from the hill into hiding. But my friends, the reality is that people are still looking for something tasty to eat. The people in darkness are searching for a light. The lost of the world, and that's most of us, are realizing that looking only at our own footsteps instead of the possibilities of what truth and goodness are, well, that's just leaving us walking in circles. And so this day, let us ask ourselves, in what way is Christ calling us to flavor the salt? In what way is Christ calling us to bear the light? In what way is Christ calling us to be the city on a hill? In answering those questions, we will find the way to change our own lives and ultimately to change the whole world. Once again, thank you for joining us for this reflection. May God bless you and keep you safe this day.